Looking for your next perfect vacation spot? Your budget can give either a great vacation or a very mediocre one, depending on where you travel to. If you have a smaller budget, you'd like to know which countries to avoid. Well, we have done some searching and come up with a list of the most expensive destinations. So here are the most expensive holiday destinations. But before we get into the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on so you don't miss any of the new videos we post. New York. New York is one of the most popular tourist destinations in the world. NYC is at the heart of many U.S. industries, including several cultural industries, and it has traditionally been a hub for business and artists as well. New York City thrives on its reputation, and that gives it a great tourism industry, and the city generates many tourist dollars as a result. Apparently, this justifies higher rates due to demand and limited space, but the truth is that a lot of the hotels are simply overpriced, with rates starting at $730 a night for a luxury hotel and the average price for a mid-range hotel being $350. NYC is not a place for the traveler looking for an affordable trip, unless of course you want to risk staying in a dive or take a gamble on a blind deal. Given that NYC is home to a $1,000 sundae and a steak that will cost you the same as your hotel, it is hardly surprising to hear that the city that represents America also represents American greed. Do not go there. Paris, France has become a popular destination for many travelers. With a rich history and an influential role in shaping both America and Europe, Paris has also earned a reputation as a city of romance, helped by the city's quaint cafe culture, the French love of pastries, wine, and chocolate, and images of the iconic Eiffel Tower lit up at night. Adding to the popular French city's appeal is the number of royal castles and lavish cathedrals, many dating from the Middle Ages, that offer history buffs, architecture enthusiasts, and even the average tourist an exciting sightseeing adventure. All this popularity comes at a price. All the popularity of Paris, however, has also culminated in the city becoming one of the world's most expensive tourist destinations. Banking on its reputation as being lavish and romantic, Paris hotels tend to have hefty price tags. Some historical residences, including palaces, have been converted to hotels. One hotel charges around $26,000 for staying with them just one night. Fiji. Fiji is not just one island, but actually a series of 332 islands. Fiji has become renowned as one of the best travel destinations in the South Pacific, based on many reports, and is one of the most exclusive. Not only is the country regarded as a pristine island retreat with a keen sense of preservation of nature, but it's also renowned for its natural beauty and its remoteness. In this video, exclusivity and remoteness adds up to a recipe for an expensive and overpriced vacation destination. While you might be able to get to the main islands relatively cheaply, many of the smaller islands in the nation are privately owned, either by individuals or by resort companies, and most of them charge weighty amounts for a visit. One such example is Matangi Island, a horseshoe-shaped volcanic island that encompasses 240 acres. Visit the beach, do some snorkeling and diving, and hike through the island rainforest. At the end of a long day, relax in the outdoor jacuzzi and the lava rock shower. Some would argue that luxury of this sort is a steal, but with the rates starting at just over $600 a night, this lavish escape is unlikely to fit many travelers' budgets. Tuscany. When we think about visiting Italy, we assume that lesser visited or out-of-the-way destinations are often a ticket to an affordable trip. Not so with Tuscany. Tuscany is one of the most expensive regions in Italy, despite the fact that more people visit cities like Naples, Rome, Florence, and Venice. Tuscany's appeal is its history, which goes back to pre-Roman times. Many of the hotels aren't hotels at all, but ancient villas that have been converted into lavish residences for rich tourists. For those who want to get away from the tourist traps that many other Italian cities have become, Tuscany is a welcome relief, but its price tag isn't much different than places like Rome or Florence. Since much of Tuscany is still very rural, the area is stunning and famed for its vineyards, but the accommodations can be a little rough. Some of the buildings are just old barns that have been converted, and they still cost around $3,000 to $4,000 a week. Add in a car rental, as you will need one to get around, and plenty of tempting truffle dishes, and you're looking at a pricey European vacation. British Virgin Islands. The British Virgin Islands have earned themselves a reputation as being the playground for rich British people. Sir Richard Branson, the founder and CEO of Virgin Corporation, has a villa on a private island that is rented out, but only to those who can afford it. The island of Guana is another expensive destination. Guana has no public transport access, which means you have to fly into neighboring Beef Island and then take the resort's boat over to your final destination. Guana island covers an area of around 895 acres with sandy white beaches and averages around 30 guests. Stays include yoga and tennis lessons if required. Other activities include snorkeling, birdwatching, and other outdoor activities such as hiking. A sea view cottage will run you almost $700 a night in low season, and prices only increase from there. You can expect to pay much more for a villa in peak season. Once you have seen the bill, your virginity for the islands will have been taken. Bora Bora. Maybe since the island has the same word repeated twice, they decided everything has to be twice as expensive. This tiny island in French Polynesia burns a big hole in many visitors' budgets. Although the island is beautiful and offers a luxurious experience, an average night on the island will run you a minimum of $800. Fortunately, meals are included in that price. Another issue is the airfare. Rates to the middle of the South Pacific aren't exactly cheap these days. Nonetheless, Bora Bora attracts its fair share of celebrities, business elite, and political magnates. That is probably part of the problem. Once the elite go to a place, prices jump. Unless your heart is set on Bora Bora in particular, you can choose from a number of lesser-known islands in French Polynesia, many of which have lower rates due to decreased demand and a less developed tourist reputation. That also means you can beat the crowds. If it must be Bora Bora, be sure to look for all-inclusive vacation deals and hotels that offer discounted rates if you book multiple nights. You can also visit during the off-season between December and March to score better rates. They will, however, still be high. Seychelles. Islands tend to be pricey. Another island destination makes the list. Seychelles, like Fiji, is a country composed of not one, but several islands. Located in the Indian Ocean, just south of the mainland of Mahi, is the island of Frigate. Frigate is really what gets the Seychelles on the list. Although the other islands can be expensive to visit as well, Frigate takes expensive to a whole new level. The island is a private resort dotted with 17 lavish villas, all of them constructed out of mahogany and African teakwood, boasting marble floors, ocean views, jacuzzis, and infinity pools. The resort has a passionate commitment to preserving nature, so the jungle and 7 beaches on the island are well protected. Activities include windsurfing and guided hiking. Villas must be rented for a minimum of 3 days, and rates start around $3,000 or around $1,000 a day. Enjoy your stay. Musha Cay. The Exumas, or Out Islands of the Bahamas, have long been known as a destination for the rich and famous. Ernest Hemingway visited them. David Copperfield claimed that the Fountain of Youth was located on one of them. And for the price tag on Musha Cay, you'd really think he was right about that. Musha Cay is just one of the 11 islands in Copperfield Bay, and like the others, you have to take everything or nothing. You must rent the entire island for almost $40,000 a night. You are allowed to choose who gets to stay with you on your Caribbean island escape. You can invite up to 11 people to share the resort with you, and all your gourmet meals are included in the price. Activities include deep-sea fishing and diving. You'll also get a personal fireworks show, and a customized treasure hunt can be added to your vacation package, if you're willing to pay for it, of course. Oslo. Norway's capital is filled with Scandinavian charm and reminiscent of the Norwegians' Viking history. Rows upon rows of colorful houses in the proximity of scenic mountain vistas and the famous fjords can easily take your breath away and also your money. Like its other Scandinavian counterparts, Oslo tends to be clean and safe, and most of the population speaks almost fluent English, which can make it easy for the inexperienced tourists to get around and explore. That said, Norway is notoriously known as Scandinavia's most expensive country. Although the country is rich in oil and its citizens are relatively well off, the higher wages and relative wealth of the country has contributed to service sectors and tourist industries that charge about 20% more than anywhere else in Western Europe and a huge 70% higher than world averages. It is no wonder that Oslo was ranked as the world's most expensive city. For travelers looking to experience Oslo in an affordable way, there are websites that offer tips and tricks to sticking to your budget, including where to find cheap accommodations, economical eateries, and free activities in the city. So next time you need to go somewhere on a budget, you know where to go and where not to. It is a shame that some of the most beautiful places in the world are privately owned and too expensive for most people to access. And with that expensive story, we're done for now.